You trust the smile because the knife is hidden where your instincts stop checking.
Predators do not announce themselves. They rehearse warmth until your caution looks irrational.
In the next 10 minutes, you'll see 3 tests that expose dangerous character fast.
Once you see these cracks clearly, you'll never read people the same way again.
Most people think time reveals character. It doesn't. Time often perfects the mask.
Real character leaks out in short moments when control slips and the ego feels threatened.
So listen closely, because the first test begins with something almost embarrassingly small. You say no.
Not to a crisis, not to betrayal, not to anything dramatic or morally loaded.
Just a small refusal, calm voice, neutral face, no apology wrapped around the boundary.
And that is where the first trap appears, the boundary test, hidden inside ordinary politeness.
Here is why this matters. Healthy people hear no, then adjust without punishing your autonomy.
Unhealthy people hear no, and something deeper than annoyance gets activated inside them.
To them, your boundary does not feel like information. It feels like disobedience.
They are not reacting to the request itself. They are reacting to lost control.
That is why the face changes before the voice can recover its social costume. Watch for the frozen smile, the deadened eyes, the jaw that suddenly lock. And
Those signals are brief, but they are rarely meaningless if your timing is clean.
Think about it. Emotion always moves faster than image management and public self-presentation.
so how do you test this without creating unnecessary conflict around yourself or others?
Keep it simple. Decline one small favor with calm, clean, emotionally neutral language.
Do not over-explain.
Do not rush in to comfort their ego, because the silence feels socially awkward.
Just hold the boundary and watch what their nervous system does with it.
If they recover politely, good. If they punish you later, note that carefully.
Because retaliation often arrives late, disguised as distance, guilt, delay, or selective obstruction.
Picture this. A manager asks for a pointless revision late Friday before your dinner plans.
You decline respectfully because the request crosses a boundary the team already agreed on.
He smiles on the call and says, "Enjoy your weekend. No problem at all."
Then Monday arrives, and your priorities quietly disappear from the meeting without explanation.
That is the receipt.
Your no exposed an appetite for control that politeness was temporarily hiding from view.
And here is the rule you cannot afford to ignore in serious relationships.
If someone resents a tiny no, they won't respect a larger one later.
They will wait for a higher leverage moment when refusal costs you more.
That is the first crack. Small boundary, big revelation. Remember that.
Now let us move to the second test, and this one cuts deeper.
Most people think loyalty is proven by who comforts you when life goes dark.
But pain does not always test friendship. Sometimes, pain flatters the insecure observer.
Your suffering can make a toxic person feel generous, important, even quietly superior.
Success is the harder test, because success changes the invisible hierarchy inside the room.
So ask yourself this: who actually smiles when your life begins to rise?
This is where the second trap appears, hidden inside congratulations and polished social manners.
Here is how it works. Your win can feel like evidence of their stagnation.
It threatens the private ranking system their ego uses to stay emotionally comfortable.
That is why envy rarely enters, wearing open hostility on its face.
It usually arrives dressed as support, with dead eyes and a delayed reaction.
Listen for the timing.
Watch the half-second pause before the celebration starts performing itself for you.
Watch the compliment that lands with a blade folded neatly inside the sentence. Watch how fast the spotlight returns to them, their story, their old achievement.
So how do you expose this without sounding insecure, paranoid, or theatrically suspicious?
Share. One real win.
Not humbly, not apologetically, and not wrapped in self-mockery to protect listeners.
Let your joy stand there without shrinking. Then watch who suddenly goes emotionally flat. Genuine allies brighten quickly, because your rise does not erase their possible future.
Envious people go tight, go quiet, or start editing your success into luck.
Picture this. You land the account everyone wanted, and the room already knows it.
A colleague smiles, praises your timing, then asks who really carried the deck.
A few hours later, another team hears that you were lucky and overpraised.
That is not random bitterness. That is rehearsal for future sabotage under social cover.
And that is why silence after your success can be louder than obvious criticism.
A false friend can tolerate your wounds more easily than your momentum.
So stop feeding your best news to people who need you dim to feel tall.
Go quieter around them. Go quieter around them.
Protect your wins until you know who can hold them without poisoning the room.
That is the second crack. Your joy entered, and their mask lost temperature. Now we reach the final test. The one that reveals the darkest layer.
Not how they act when watched. Not how they act when they need approval.
Watch how they act when they hold power, and consequences feel far away. This is the third trap, and it lives inside moments of unchecked advantage.
Here is the deeper truth. Power does not create character. It removes restraints.
It gives hidden impulses room to stretch, without immediate social punishment holding them back.
So do not just watch manners. Watch behavior when the other person cannot push back.
Watch the boss with interns, the driver with pedestrians, the client with exhausted staff.
Watch what happens when they can dominate cheaply and leave before consequences return.
That is where cruelty stops performing and starts revealing its preferred resting shape.
Some people do not just solve problems under power. They enjoy making others feel smaller.
And that enjoyment is the detail most observers excuse until it reaches them personally.
Do not excuse it.
Stress can sharpen someone. It does not invent recreational humiliation out of nowhere.
Picture this. A director corrects his assistant in front of investors and cameras. He already has authority. He already has status. He already has the room.
But he still chooses humiliation because humiliation gives him a private chemical reward.
That is not leadership. That is appetite wearing a title and expensive clothes.
And one day, if your leverage drops, that appetite will turn toward you.
Because predatory character does not disappear when the target changes. It simply redirects.
So keep this rule close. Never build dependence around someone who enjoys helplessness.
Competence cannot save you once contempt enters the structure of the relationship. Now step back and look at the whole map in one cold frame.
First test, how they react when you deny them small control.
Second test, how they react when your success changes the emotional balance.
Third test, how they behave when power removes the fear of consequences.
See one sign, stay alert. See two signs, build distance. See three, leave quietly.
Do not announce your exit to people who treat exposure like a declaration of war.
Withdraw access first, then your secrets, then your emotional availability and visible dependence.
Let the connection die from lack of fuel, rather than public confrontation and spectacle.
But now comes the part most people avoid, because it cuts inward.
Turn the lens around.
Have you ever felt offended by a harmless no from someone simply protecting their time?
Have you ever tightened inside when a friend achieved what you secretly wanted first?
Have you ever passed your pressure downward because someone weaker could not answer back?
Be honest here, because denied shadow becomes dangerous long before it becomes visible.
This week, test one person carefully, then test yourself with even less mercy.